Abusuya makwawa about POG Media. So na man that was it. Send down it out kai ho am I bo Eddie Raju Media e about so nene your body any Eddie Ryan say man any enso Eddie chair e Dubai some Ghanaian citizens be on also yet me arrest no e wo Dubai na che say also the CEO for Springfield Kelvin Okyere na che say and ye bo Eddie Ryan say na che say kwadu amunzo ejina so ediche no wona some alleged fraud bia no so akoso over 100 million US dollars na che say omunso so no so afraud nipa ko bi na we na amanfo enso edi ho komo say John Dramani Mahama emfa ne nan ensim na che say ono so enhwe na che say omunso enje Ghana deshe yi emfa mbra back say bibia ani a omunso ebetimi ene my Ghana directly when I hear John Dramani Mahama and so I reply sound Kobama food and I'm say way back Kevin Okyere and so it's me between ya and so Eden home echo board the NPP I chain not to say on you run another down kwa kenny in your ba and so it's me aware not to say on fa opuni any the and fa my John Dramani Mahama and it's now you are John Dramani Mahama say oh no ontimi enkoje ne enkoje ne tonight Dubai for no ene ne ndi said they say ne said they fata buzu me bejebre ne abo e rasa story with us.
In 2008 or establishing a company na emu edin mano na Akuffo free abeng ampa Akuffo free so there was a new government, the government in town, a new sheriff. His name was Professor Evans Atamils. Professor Evans Atamils by the young man not only obia obeying Professor Evans Atamils. As a young boy, why establishing an energy company no na enyumemu ayeden amana. Fast forward. Greetings to everyone. Fast forward. Yakoba NSA. Professor Evans Atamils Fufian Tuata Ofrimu, who became the next president. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama took up the mantle. Said Obemu Modiano Aiden. Wabua ama wamaina Aiden. Akoneni. Now, I need to give you this background story for you to understand the person I'm talking about. What you say? Yes, I'm getting Metro Edia to me YouTube na wako kinkai na wako weni. Now, 4 months ago, before I remember the 4 months ago, no. Mami stay a friend said the chronology of my case so that you understand. Because my videos are me go we bring so far videos no publish it a friend say channel. So I need to let people understand. Now, dear TNA, in 2012, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama became president. Now, a friend, a mutual friend, Emma President John Mahama, and Kevin Okyere. Kevin Okyere didn't come this mutual friend. Say, President John Mahama, Ayobia, or do my Ghana, all boy the youth, said you more and his sadia hunu, eja, person go into a friend say, be more person go into mining, a bit more pharmaceutical industry, a bit person venture into the energy sector. Into was say a brand ya, would name no a President Mahama, so name say, and come on, Madiana, and come from the nisu idea win. On to President John Mahama and him. Na was Sereno, woman a quenya, non to me no the enya and Gitanudi. Na the nisu idea win or wono, on to President John Mahama and him. Into this mutual friend, Ebo Modini, Emma Eja, a brandy, Ebe share President John Dramani Mahama. Now, we share President John Dramani Mahama. Na 2012 ye kotwaba o kanin some chair President John Mahama president so etie no asupem. Now in 2013 ye to abani we ya so in President John Mahama, this young man esenya another opportunity. He met the President John Mahama. O share President John Mahama o kachere no nsem a o kachere no amra ye kwa kotwaba say o a young guy awesi so na obuhiamoa a o pese okọ into oil exploration. Ladies and gentlemen, exploration of oil is an intensive capital business. Enya adia sebiu ketwa kra. Now, tienye. Now, this particular friend, Ora Okyere, eko hu president, or the name bebre to nanim. At the time, the capital winya to have a license to operate, to explore a friend is go into the oil exploration. Somewhere around $5 million US. The guy is a young Ghanaian. Or when he's Swadihono, or vision, but when he's So what President John Mahama Yemano? So the president told him, Onkonkor said, Ni obetimi akikan ensase enya capital bia. Na ononso enhwe as a president of Ghana. No hunu kwan obefa so obeboa no no wetimi enya a license to a friend is saying. Obetimi de akọ this exploration friend is saying businessy. A branch any ni tipempem sa. Wenya sika. Somewhere in 2016, President John Mahama invited this young guy. The difficulties to raise that amount of money. John Dramani Mahama wanted to help a Ghanaian. As at that time, not all Ghanaians in the pharmaceutical industry, Tobinco and Co. No Buanko for in the banking sector. Or just say Atu Asian and Co. And Atu Asian and Co. Until this oil exploration, Ghana ni bienim. Aho for na de biomba. Ombe tu fangui. So President John Mahama, I say, I'm going to help you so that you can also create jobs, employ Ghanaians, so that a time will come, because say Ghana funds when it comes into the oil exploration industry, you will Ghana ni ewo. John Dramani Mahama did something fantastic for this young man called Kevin Okyere. Kevin Okyere, John Mahama Buana, Emani Benya license to operate as what a friend is obi obeko into the oil exploration sector. Fofi Antuata, 2017, John Mahama lost elections. What happened in 2017? Nana Addo Akufo was sworn in as the president of the Republic of Ghana. Kevin Okyere, President Nana Addo Akufo. In fact, President Akufo-Addo's wife, Rebecca Akufo-Addo's sister, and Nebaba, Kevin Okyere got married to Abayuawe. Now, power has changed. Does that mean Kevin Okyere and the President John Mahama's relationship should be sour? No. Does that mean Kevin Okyere should disrespect President John Mahama? I don't think so. But what happened? When power changed, this young man called Kevin Okyere, Bebia Obeshia President John Mahama, started disrespecting the president, started becoming more rude towards President John Dramani Mahama. Very sad. President Mahama Nyawoboni, he even helped you to gain the license as an explorer into the oil sector. Boni ben wayamao. Then so sebiu. Some people, when you do them good, they pay you with evil. Kevin Okyere did the same to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now, ladies and gentlemen, 4 months ago, fast forward, 4 months ago, 2025, I came and I told the nation Ghana about Kevin Okyere is being wanted by some Swiss company. What was a friend is saying? The situation. Why the sudden friend is saying people coming after him, chasing after him? Why the Swiss citizens? Your guess is as good as mine. Knowing the NPP government and the people that was associated with that governance. Corruption, sikadie, everywhere. Thievery, everywhere. Now let me take you into a friend is saying the story, Ankasa. Anyway, the story is already a friend of Alberto G. Calcisia. Calcisia. Didn't word the so send you to me abono so Musa. Or you're the chief financial officer of Petraco Oil Company. Na ti asemwa esi ever this particular company no. Mene wo eba be di ho encommon. This particular Petraco Oil Company essay. Womo file a formal complaint with Ghana Economic and Organized Crime Office, Yoko. Who is the executive director of Yoko today? Raymond Acha. Who is the board director of Yoko? Mr. Daniel Domilevu. In Akuffo way petition Ghana Yoko. What was the issue? Petition no assembly and a petition him. Ladies and gentlemen, Womu say, womu dear, womu wo a friend is saying, asem eko edema o my Ghana, so my Ghana, emboa womu, adeya, enkofo bi abba womu krono, enkofo no womu ne waya. Kevin Okyere. Muhuno, our friend who a multi-billionaire no. Ebusia, yentie di esi ye. Wasi, womu file a complaint to Yoko against 2 Ghanaian petroleum companies, Springfield Exploration and Production Limited and GMP Energy Limited, alleging what? A fraud scheme of over 94 million US dollars. Over 100 million US dollars. TMU. Now, I'm say allegations no any. I say Petraco's chief financial officer alleges that the Ghanaian company committed fraudulent misrepresentation, criminal breach of trust, and concealment of financial transaction. The complaint details 2 cases. Now, in a year case, almost say somewhere around 2024, Petraco claims it lost over 30 million a year US dollars in petroleum sales to a year Ghana's BOST, BOST, Monshanonso. That bulk oil, a friend is a company na Ghana no. Remember, sa enkofo we moved safamonso omo ebombon ensem bi mu obehwa the GMPC hon sensem bi wo ho a ekoso a Joko ni OSP ni Attorney General the brief Ghana for. Won't remember the case. Now, yem free wo. We see, although boss reportedly paid Petraco although boss. Now let me take it again. In one case around 2024, Petraco claims it lost over $30 million in a petroleum sale to Ghana BOST. Although BOST reportedly paid, Petraco alleges GMP Energy kept redirecting the funds. And indeed, womo claim say, womo de oma supply petroleum ama BOST. BOST nso oma tue sika no. Enso sika no oma tue no so. Enkofo ya Petraco no womun san kan sika na je se sa company Ghana company GMP Energy no womu ye den omu redirect the funds na so mkoko tua de ma a friend say Petraco fo no omu antua. Now, in another case somewhere around 2023, Petraco provided $100 million loan facility to Springfield Exploration and Production for an oil field project. Petraco claims Springfield received $63.5 million US dollars, but misrepresented the project status and failed to repay the loan by August 2024. Now, Omuma Yoko for bail. Now, Oko the story a friend is me publish rainbowradioonline.com. You publish a story 4 months ago. Ora Kevin Okyere Emma Mekanche is a story now you publish and a intro. As a matter of fact, wakenkan story ni bi, but onim no kura nti no me breaking story 4 months ago no o me yi ano said the make no me twantro me nsemo a me kan yi nyina no o me deny say nsemo a me kan nyina eyentro. Now ena me wa ha ana sa company Petraco fo no omo frɛ me say owura Kevin Okyere wo ma che no na me say o ma che no say na so odu Dubai no o ma che no die nti no odu Dubai o mo che no. Now, young story name mature the Swiss oil trader dragged 2 Ghanaian petroleum companies to Yoko over alleged 94 million US dollars. Now, young kumu na yen to yabuasi na yen kinkai the story na men kinkai ma TME. Wow. I say a complaint filed on May 16, 2025 accuses Springfield and GMP Energy of orchestrating 2 separate yet interconnected scheme designed to deceive, misappropriate funds, and obstruct justice, with an alleged coordination across state agencies, including Ghana's bulk oil storage and transportation company, BOST. The petitioner alleges fraudulent misrepresentation, criminal breach of trust, and concealment of financial transaction. The petitioner The petition detailed a cross-border web of deceit involving forged contractual commitments, fictitious irregularities, approvals, and misuse of arbitration processes in Dubai and London. According to the petitioner, the sales of a petroleum product worth over $30.8 million was executed between EDURC Company, DMCC, and GMP Energy Limited, with Bosch as the end purchaser. The petitioner claims that despite BOST making full payment to GMP Energy, his company never received the assigned funds, alleging that GMP Energy Ghana and Bosch officially deliberately concealed the payment and provided false representations. The petitioner further alleges that the proceeds were diverted for undisclosed business operation. Now, Tiha, or say, a face-to-face meeting on February 3rd, meeting, company for the bomb money, and I was following a year and semwa air coso. I got just me.
So like it, you made a message so drop for like, as I own subscribe to a POG Political Media there. We see a lot about Ghana authentic political arbit and headlines are a POG Media for pronounce a bit me copy down so the echo and the urban na my Ghana political space na Rachel. So bit me so slide into the comment section or now wait me the come and the fajumedi on say the jumedi and so bit me a bear crabbe na and also wait me interested. Now in some man to say yeah. Dr. Ren, the two dry the fact Kevin Okyere on Kamia Kwese, a year where Kevin Okyere na ejina a John Dramani Mahama so no so timi bo ano so na sene e ma no so etimi erezi na fans are also etimi deceit a Springfield a almost etu o my Ghana a oil match so my refinery o my Ghana haya and also etimi bo o my Ghana a economy e my so etimi tumpon.
What you say? Too bad. Subscribe to me YouTube channel because information I mean no. What you say? I'm the only journalist Akuffo don't turn Ghana. Esuma say British police for ncheme. E wo krom ha. We use Ghana High Commissioner. Papa Usu and Kuma any the military attaches to come after me because na me can no na me can the truth. What you say? The fact finding no, but the bremo come. Now that face-to-face meeting happened on February 3rd, 2025. Yeah, a few way more. That year, reportedly revealed admissions wrongfully retaining funds by Kevin Okyere and Gina Malkani. Emra Swiss we abrofu mienu we share face-to-face meeting with Kevin Okyere no. Sometime no. The kudienti a Kevin Okyere a meeting in course and say NPP for lose election. Now there is a new government, a new sheriff in town who is preaching a reset agenda. And who talk Kevin Okyere so. And quickly Kevin Okyere met these people. Alberto a friend is a Petra Akuffo. Say in someone me pesi a cannibal and mama Ghana phobia anti. Because Bontinia, this new government no so no so abano or ya resetting agenda. It misremo and my papa no so nte. E di entina na osuro se on the new government bete. Remember, after John Mahama helped this young boy called Kevin Okyere, and maninya a license to what? To explore oil in Ghana no, in our seas no. Thereby and said this guy paid John Mahama with evil. Even though John Mahama showed him love. It's not the yem shishino. Wakodi sika, wabokrono. Hey, asem there. Ghana for tia, ye betchina so, ye betchina too. Because he was hoping say MP before be winning no ma break it. No matter, no ma cover no ma protect no. Now, let's go into a year asem see. Or say, ayampa, wa sikana de ye tuya heno. Hey, I want ho, what the ayen ma. Ojitu ono Kevin Okyere any Gina Malkani omojitu. Now the second allegation pertains the disbursement of $63.5 million. Na chini pardon me, sorry. I say no 63.5 million to Springfield under $100 million loan facility agreement signed February 7, 2023, purportedly for the unitization of its Afeni oil discovery with any Ghana Sankofa Jinyame LGN field. Eponu edawo. Ya to din a friend is saying Sankofa fields. Explore. See benya more oil efrim. Na abranti we kwa J bosia. Se ono de baba be oil exploration. Enkenya bone. Uye na unya ho mfaso a wakotua woka. Wodi bi etwitwa wo ho. Wodi bi etua wo workers. Na eja wodi bi etua na eja wo expand wo company. But abranti we die wanyesa. Ghana for amaka so yemfa omane ma young guys makacha say this is not the first time we are giving a Ghanaian young Ghanaians opportunity, but it looks as if many young Ghanaians are greedy and very, very fraudulent people. Now, edientina make us yentie. See, the petitioner claimed the companies made false representations, knowing approvals hadn't been obtained. Unitization was stalled, and no credible repayment plan existed. Despite demands, Petraco hasn't been repaid, with the 18-month repayment period ending in August 2024 without settlement. Remember, it was Fernando Akuffo's governance. Remember, Abrantene is married to Akuffo's wife's sister's daughter. It will no feel say he is an untouchable. And that is why he threatened Mame Brunino Obano. Any papa ne say, or no muntimi mfane nkobe bia. As far as NPP petition there, omuntimi nya ne wute. Yentimi nchini ntum. Now, yankoso. O say, the entia ome petition Yoko. O say, he has therefore petitioned Yoko to conduct a formal investigation under Ghana's Economic and Organized Crime Office Act, as well as prosecution under the Criminal Offence Act. He wants Yoko to focus in its investigation on alleged fraud by false pretense, conspiracy to defraud, and theft. The petitioner, the petitioner further invoked the Anti-Monetary Laundering Act, ascertaining that the transactions international nature involving Dubai-based EDURC and ongoing arbitration in London and Dubai was being exploited as diversionary tactics to evade criminal accountability. The complainants assert that the accused parties are leveraging civil proceedings to shield themselves from prosecution, despite documented criminal intent and direct admissions. The petition highlights a lack of cooperation with the Criminal Investigations Department, CID, and continuation of commercial operation funded by the alleged illicit activities. Iti Oleste what Osiki in his reliefs. A petitioner. You see, under Akuffo, utimi ko wiasika na uma Akuffo bi. Uma Akuffo ne nkofo a etwa no ho ahia ne bia. Utimi ma omusika ne bia. They shield you and they protect you. Under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he's not shielding anybody. If you're a thief, the law should deal with you. A good father always will advise and warn you not to engage in any illicit activities. And that once you engage in those activities, if you are arrested, or no, oh man, so. But the Akuffo, umani bidia, one money being so, obey hunengunau, no about GB. Remember, Alistair Matthias, Akuffo was referred as what? A gold mafia. These are facts. That is why I keep telling you, this is a fact-finding program. It sure said, you publish a story, 4 good months in the year. Wehun wakin kind on be challenge Dr. Ren say story na me dia ba bontin no eyentro onim ni pefe say eyenokre the guy kromfo. You see, I keep telling Ghanaians sometimes oko kan because what time Kevin Okyere Ghana for the sa obi koswa na ya masa enye so obi koswa na ya o ye won kofo bebre mo Ghana mo koso pa. Yes, wo madwuma no koso pa, but on ti se Ghana fo bi de wo mani esi wo mo. It's because wo madwuma no omo ye no omo nam kwan pa so ye adwuma pa. Eboa nipa. Eden ehun enkoba ensem. Now guess what? This young man, I remember another story. And no dear, if in Nigeria, Sa Kronoboya or the big pimu ewo Nigeria. Nigeria for ebekaye e kwanya Kevin Okyere abo krono ewo Nigeria. Na obo krono no wo Nigeria no wiye no. The oye ne se intentem no ha or the sika kotoka. It cost over $200 and something thousand. Omo kwa jisika ni wia. The omo de ye talk cars. Ye talk watches. It's not an issue. But you don't go for loans and find kobo life. And yes, swag. They said the beginner here, me try me swag simply. And so kapere ni mi botomi. Hey, me per sponsors name bra. So almost ba me can no create too much into musu. Mombra. What you say, mombra. Me no create Sam Jonah and co-sponsor me. Sam Jonah and co-sponsor me. So maybe me no create ekutia. Jàil sponsorship. One sponsor me be. Say Sam Jonah Sam na make. Yeah. Anyway, so clearly the breaking news me what the Magana and they said Kevin Okyere this morning was arrested in Dubai. Me no ka say or Dubai itself. Yachin. Eja. Yeah, nhwehwemu koso. Now we need baby. Emra NDC wini power no. We be can story next time. Kevin Okyere quickly ran to Otumfo. Eko kachire Otumfo bonea. Odi aye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Se Otumfo mpa achew. No mfa ne nan ensim. Enye sa ye be chi no because we did bone dodo. Wa bokro no dodo. We wi amanfo sika dodo. Enti Kevin Okyere ekobo eye Otumfo amane. Na oko eye Owura John Mahama fia na ye pamono se akukọ. But mo be hwa there was a video out ana Kevin Okyere Otumfo kwesra John Mahama. Emrebi Otumfo call Accra. Now occur His Excellency John Mahama fee. Kevin Okyere was part of it. The video is there. Ubetimi ahwe. Nsem a mekebia me wo ho fact because I know say we need factor the betimi ato because Akuffo Addo came after my life here in UK. Enye fact ena na mekuta enka me ho ye den e kire me pa. Now, Ediana Kevin Okyere free John Mahama. The man that once upon a time assisted him and ensured they said Obenya a license to operate as an oil explorer, the first in Ghana. John Mahama assisted him, helped him. Ghana assisted him and supported this young man. But this young man is greedy. This young man, eye obia, oye dwe ahomaso ahantan ebe share na kume. Do you know say NDC lusu ye no? O shia John Mahama wo bedwomu a na osere no, na otwetwe no. He taught the life of John Mahama abenewie because now aye wa worry to eye Akuffo Addo's the wife eba the wife sister ba and you know feel it big. Humble yourself when God lifts you up, because you see the more you are climbing, remember others are descending, and those that are descending you need to ask them the question about the same. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Okyere, me no say, yachino, oede, owo, eye Dubai. Na, me bompa se, bonia wedino, ye betwina so, send ye tie pepepe. Na, yenye katasu mi waso. Na wedi ubesiye, onye a friend say, asemno, ensi, ewo, Akuffo Addo mo time no aka so, we die, ye beja no, we die, enkwesi aga, we die, over YouTuber, you see the picture of a year and confona odupu woman. We, and yet a friend is saying, say, oh, we dear, you could no, there be a quite crowd fast, or we a sicano, a transfer sika, or year 419, or year azan, and the man call for to me a supply a year oil. A man call for a bomb modian kwaji sikamano, na me dear so did the one fendi. Na ene na o dwane o teta yachino no. The good news ni say onye nentem no onkonkotua. Nyesa Kevin Okyere ebia obehunu Ghana no na ache. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the breaking news me de bema Ghana for. The good news ni say there is a reset agenda. Be careful of what you do. Remember, when it comes to John Mahama, Okyere umokwa ongbeti hu fifiri o. Wa ori mokuno. Wa na wonum behihim. Wa na obeti hu fifiri. It is a warning and a caution to all of us as citizens. See ebehwe ye hu so yi. Oman no wo say obema ye opportunity to become great and mighty. But let us not forget that if Ghana give you an opportunity, don't disrespect the nation Ghana. If Ghana support you, menye boniaye ema Ghana. Kevin Okyere eye boniaye di tia oman Ghana. Kevin Okyere eye boniaye di tia John Dramani Mahama wo boa no. Today, mohu na wiye. Hwihwima de ekosonso. Ana mi wosika, ana matoka. Ema mani mbere nkofo bi amuhunu mo ntentan ni so o. Nkofo bi o mebaba ga jo na meton ice water. Ana mdinya asika. Ana minya we na miye say. Be careful of those people. Many of these people are thieves. Midin eye papa Ghana. Aha, ana midin sempano. Esi. Love you and take good care of yourself. Ghana beyeye. Ghana shall be built by Ghanaians. God bless our homeland Ghana. Make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever. May the God of John Dramani Mahama, who wipe away tears and replace it with laughter and joy, be your portion this weekend. Assalamu alaikum.
That's it. So come when I bought the radio media. It's a POG Media. The Ghana Ghana authentic political updates and the headlines are a POG Media. So pronounce a bit in cabin also the airport and the airban in my Ghana political space. Now mentions also subscribers to POG Media and the accounts who are over job subscription. Now also I share no for first to answer. So it's my cabin also the airport and the airban in my Ghana political space. And waiting to slide into the comment section or also it's made in common the media.